for what he has. He says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What's all that noise? Oh, that's just Dad. What's all that noise? What's all that noise? What's all that noise?
You're my neighbor. You're my.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. I hit the loop juice and pulls up in the dude. Do that dance. I'm legendary in this motherfucker. I'm legendary in this motherfucker. I just be shopping and shit, you know, drinking and shit, do a little smoking and shit.
And the fans, they're there for entertainment. And the fans, they're there for entertainment.
I stopped playing games and I mastered the art. To the east, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the middle. To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the center. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. And that means it is, ooh, that's way too loud. That means it's time for me to get it in. And tonight we've got the special cold edition luxury pack with a block of ice in here so we can get it on. That is pretty cold. That is colder. And that is coldest. So while I sit here, I am going to have cold drinks. So, as most nights, the special beer is Elliot Ness Great Lakes. So pop them if you want them. And of course, my number one glass. I think we're gonna have to work this out. All right, and smoked the last of my wax, but just got done with the Luca, Unicorn Luca. And I'm smoking a little bud I had left, so smoke them if you want them. This is a beautiful, what we call this the strawberry moon. Because, you know, strawberries come out this time of year. So we're at the strawberry moon. So smoke them if you want them for sure. And we're gonna burn a little sage. Clear these energies around here. Sage has kills a lot of bacteria. And so, yeah. Get myself a sage bath. This stuff is so good. And I've got, you can see back there, I've got essential oils going too. But, for this night, let that sage burn for a minute. And I've got Palo Alto. Gonna fire some of this up. Because we just went through the grasses, now the wood, All right. So this is let me give out the consciousness of the jaguar on this full moon, and the consciousness of Talalak, Shalalak, Shak, Talalak, Shalalak. Get that energy, dude. This is the transformational energy. This is the transformational energy, the cat consciousness. And this mixes the cat consciousness with the storm consciousness. So you become the cat consciousness and you become the storm god. This is the storm rider with the Hero Twin helmet. So, and we give the skull consciousness out. The skulls is one of the things that's the closest to a telephone networks. Pretty much all the skulls are kind of connected. Or you can tap into almost all the skulls. Or you can tap into the skull library if you get lucky enough, and you can put that into your bag. You want the Skull Library into your bag. So a hockey game tonight. Hockey game tonight was pretty good. CWE, what's happening? And I know you've got to have.
Got to have vision.
Started watching the new Spider-Man. They showed the 42. Yeah, they show it over and over and over again. Yes, they do. Yep, multiple times. When they show the spider, they show the spider with 42. So yeah. A couple of things on your review of Spider-Man. I would like to do your review. Well, that you can. Thank you, Jeffrey, and you perfectly. On the Streamlabs, I don't know how to send the invite out. But if you want to do it tomorrow, I can come back on the other one. I've got that still. I just don't ever do it over there. But if I can send you the link, if you want to do that tomorrow, I can send you the link on what I missed. Again, I'm just trying to Jamar, what's happening? And I know that you have.
Got to have vision.
No, you've got vision, so thank you. So yeah, if you want to do that, I'll do what is it called? What's that shit called? Because they just charged me more money and I ain't used it in months. What's that shit called? StreamYard? Yeah, maybe StreamYard. Yeah, I think that's what it is, StreamYard. So I still have StreamYard because from this, I don't know how to, Streamlabs, StreamYard. I can go into that tomorrow and I can send you the link. So yeah. Peter Parker, the comics is indeed AJ. Peter Parker's in the comics is indeed AJ. Okay. Peter Parker is AJ. Okay. You can give me some more. I know it's, reading it is going to be kind of slow, but I'll let you add as we go on. The hockey game was really good tonight, though. Panthers scored first. The Panthers scored in the first period. And then in the second, late first period, early second period, and then Vegas scored. And then the Panthers scored late second period to tie it 2-2. And then in the third period, Vegas put it up 4-2. Scored two goals in the fourth period. Followed by a very unusual the first goal came from a fight. Like they was like you really wouldn't think they'd be fighting in the finals, but actually a fight came where a dude punched punched one of the goalies. So it was a major 4-minute penalty that helped the Vegas with the first one. I mean, it was interesting that dude took a punch at the goalie, so he got a 4-minute major for that. So that was the difference. Peter Parker, the comics, is indeed AJ. So that was the difference in the game tonight. While I'm thinking of basketball, before I forget it, Shaq made a very interesting comparison. Shaq said that all the Heat teams that won, Shaq and Dwayne Wayne, they lost game one. Remember, then they came back from a 3-0 or 3-1, something like that deficit to win. LeBron, they lost the first game to OKC. Remember, with young Kevin Durant, young Westbrook, young Harden. They lost the first game. And when they beat the Spurs, again, they lost the first game to the Spurs. So, and Miles told the UK Spider-Man Punk, who was based on Jimi Hendrix, that he looked better without the mask. Yeah, exactly. They also kept calling him Anomaly throughout the whole film. I mentioned that when I did mention that he was the Anomaly, because when I showed the Mexican dude, the Mexican Spider-Man, the Spanish Spider-Man, whatever you want to call him, I brought up that he was called the Anomaly. So I put that up. El Dragon. What has happened here? I did this yesterday. I'm not digging what happened there. Okay, I did that yesterday. Oh, but I know you. Thank you for joining me. And and I know you for watching. You've got to have vision. And researcher, thank you for joining. And for joining, I know you have vision. Huh? Was it high sticking? I don't think so, because remember when the first goal was scored in the first half, it was on a power play. So this again was part of the power play where they stopped. Okay, so what it was a breakaway for the Panthers. Remember, that was stopped, and then they rushed the other end, and that's when the high. That's when I don't know if that was high sticking or not, but that was when they scored the goal. The third goal was on the 4-minute major. And so it was after that rush. Because remember, he had a breakaway. They caught up. It was a good block. And then they rushed at the other end. So I don't know. Maybe I missed that. Maybe I missed that part. So I don't know. I didn't think on his shot, because what he did he just did a forehander score, if I remember right. I don't know. So maybe I missed that. The Black Spider, the Spider Woman who was pregnant, was basically running a relationship and put him down. Wait. Who was pregnant was cuckling her husband and basically running a relationship and put him down. Spider Gwen had a poster saying protect trans children. Oh, I did miss that one. Spider Gwen had a poster saying protect trans. Now I missed that one. I definitely missed that one. Good catch. Put him now. That's that Black Spider Woman too. She's a little girl character too, because there's a lot of little girl books based on her. Macbone, what is happening? Thank you for joining me. And I know you have
my bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches?
I know you can control yours. And I know you definitely have for being here.
Got to have vision.
Yes. Not too much. Thank you for joining. There's so many things in this film. It's truly incredible, and I still haven't caught everything. There was also saying Mike had to be given something to be great. That's a good point. They touched on making sacrifices. Yeah, a little bit on the sacrifices in the film. I thought that was a little bit. Yeah, a little bit they did. A little bit. Because they would talk about, you would have to almost fight, almost try to save everybody and sacrifice yourself. Yeah, I got that. Oh, no problem, El Dragon. I thought I did it yesterday and it didn't work. So I thought I did it yesterday. Because when I saw it, I was like, what happened? I did this. So I'm sorry. I thought I did it last night. So yeah, I got that. High sticky, not on the shot, but when the dude stole the puck out of the air, the refs went to the monitor and checked it, but the challenge failed. Stole the puck out of the air. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I agree. Dragon energy rising. Okay, that's cool. Well, thank you, researcher. I guess I missed that part. That I might have to go back and look at that. I think I missed that part. So it could have been. I might have missed that part. So, but thank you for bringing it up. I don't remember. They touched on inflation in the film too. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of Irvin. They also really kind of touched on a little bit in New York. They touched on, the lack of authority a little bit. People wasn't really listening to authority and would fight authority. And so, yeah, a little bit on that too. They touched on a lot of different things. It's going to be interesting when I watch it again, It's like all the little things I caught the second time I watched Cocaine Bear. And next Friday is Transformers. So beyond that. It's gonna be interesting, because they did like Little Mermaid. It is tough because it's a lot of good movies out, like back to back to back to back to back. Every movie is good. Like I've said, even The Machine was a good movie. Now I didn't see Mario. I had no interest in that shit, but The Machine was a good movie, and it wasn't highly publicized. I just happened to look at the trailer, and it was funny as hell. I mean, I have to admit, Machine was probably a sleeper movie. I don't know how much he made and how much it cost for him to make it, but The Machine is a sleeper movie. It's a movie that's better than what most people would think. It's a pretty good movie. All right. So, yeah, they touched on a lot of things. But that's good. You got that Kundalini moving. That's good. Because, yeah, I'm glad you got your Kundalini moving. So that's what's up. The Spider-Punk UK Black Spider-Man was the only one who truly had his back. He knew they would turn on him before it happened. That's a good point. That's a good point. Them wanting to control him because, again, the anomaly, the same thing is, the anomaly is changing everything. So that's an interesting point about it, that anomaly. That remember the Spot said that he was supposed to be the one to get bit, that the spider crossed dimensions. So I thought that was all. But thank you for those extras. That's cool. Thank you for those extras. It's not hard to miss. The Tribe of Judah, Transformer, Rise of the Beast seems like the times we're in, the Beast energy. Oh yeah, and that's why I think I don't know that the Gipper says this. The God in Pennsylvania. I don't think the Gipper says this, but I think the magenta is like the color of the beast. That's what it appears. It's like now instead of them putting the horns in there, because we still see a lot of the horns. People. There was a rapper that did a Taco Bell commercial or something. There did one commercial, then the horns. Remember the horns was lightning on fire. I mean, they making love the images. Because Yada Boy is a lion head. Remember, he's more representative of a lion head, where you have Marduk that's more of the ram head. They try to, and I haven't really found this. I'll say this, but it's been stated by others that the horns get turned by going through dimensions. Now I ain't really found that, and in my own experience, I okay, maybe, maybe so. But it's like instead of showing the lion's head or showing the ram's head, they just give the color out, and the color represents the beast. That's Spider-Man. Well, that's that first girl, the first Spider Girl. That's all that was. That was just the beast. It was like it almost like took away from the story with so much magenta. And so I mean, some could even say some of that is magenta. I don't think it's magenta, but it's just it's a color that why is it so popular now? As I said with John Wick, think about it like this: in the John Wick movie, when John Wick escapes to the train. When he first gets on that train platform, it turns magenta. It's a magenta light that hits him. And it's like, why? Why do you have the magenta out of nowhere? Why would the magenta? So that's some goofy shit. The film touched on how certain things are constant, have to happen no matter what the creature, the person you are, no matter what the timeline or the universe. The film touched on how certain things are constant and have to happen no matter what to create the person you are, no matter the timeline or the universe. Well, I guess that's like I guess the best way for you, me to try to explain that to everybody else is like a balloon. It's like a balloon. It's like when you're born, you're a balloon with small amount of air. But as you go through life, your family blows the balloon up more and more. Now, at a certain point, you need to be a dense balloon. And I don't mean dense as in dumb. I mean dense as in a harder balloon so you bounce less. And other times, you're the type of balloon where you want to absorb. You want to absorb the energy. And so, from what he said, how I put that together is And I don't know if you even touching on the fates in this. I don't know, because the fates ain't really, when you say, there's constants in the universe, that's not really with the fates. Because there is a constant flow of energy that we all, however we look at this as an illusion or real, it is a constant flow of energy we get from just day, night, or even you could say the sun. We get that constant energy. So, so it's almost like I guess the constant would be this. This would be a constant. And they don't want to make you think that it is, but it's like when it's a fork in the road, if there's a fork in the road and this is a simulation, okay, dig this. So this is how they say the multi-universe. The multiverse is it's two realities that split both sides. That both realities is part of the history of this person. Now, if we're in a simulation, that's what a simulation has to do, because the simulation has to know every answer all the time. That's just what it is. It needs to know what's going on all the time. So it has to, like a computer, it has to, know both ways and both outlets. And the problem is when these lines blur. When we get these lines to blur, and certain things happen to you that happened over here but not over here, and it disrupts what you become. So that little bit of that too, but I can dig it. The Tribe of Judah, thank you for joining me. Do you think actors or professional athletes have different? Oh, and such a great question. You must have.
Got to have vision.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think actors and professional athletes have different spirits helping them to send their craft? I guess that question probably comes from the Brit. Said he had to channel Yada Boeth, or he had to channel Marduk, because again, what devil is they talking about? He said I had to call the devil. What devil? And this is what devil they call on. This is pretty easy. This is, and I guess everybody else breaking this story didn't tell you which devil. The devil that he called on would be the thing that Crowley met in the pyramid. Crowley thought he was meeting something different and something new, and Crowley was just again meeting Yada-Boeth or Marduk. So that's what they call on. They call on, but see, they call on it the way Crowley set it up. Because if you study Crowley, you study the Golden Dawn, a lot of rituals, a lot of child sacrifices is based on Crowley and the Golden Dawn. And this is what they're taught to call on to in acting. And see, that's what really made Crowley crazy, because Crowley showed all them out there to set up the rituals and everything to keep it going. It didn't matter the art. And let me say that again. What Crowley set up in Hollywood, it didn't matter the art. It didn't matter if it was acting, sports, movies. It didn't matter. He set up a situation for them peoples. And all they had to do was follow. And that's what they've done. So when he says he calls upon something, let me see if I can turn to the Golden Dawn and find the Golden Dawn pretty quick. And see, and that's the Rumpelstiltskin. The God's name, they can't fuck with you. That's the story of Lilith. Because John D didn't really, Crowley's the one that it really came to. Even like when John D went in there, he really needed Kelly and a few other dudes to get a little bit of information, but it was enough to probably put us in this new kind of sphere or whatever we're in now. Let me see. Because there was some names in the Golden Dawn. Let me see if I can find it. If I ain't gonna find it, that's all right too. But the names, the names, and it's several names. And like, if I can even find it just messing around, I'm gonna show y'all how they do it. This is a grappa. Yeah, so because right here is magical images of the 36 faces that's in their grappa. Part of it, but not the name I was looking for. Islam, Judaism. I'm getting closer. Okay, I'm in Kabbalah. There was some Golden Dawn stuff in here. Tarot. Maybe sort of. I might be able to show him a little better if I can find it, but sorry, I can't think of the name of the magical name they use. Thought I came across it in here. I'm gonna have to do a little more work where I laid it out. Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, it's in here. Yeah, they use the name. Okay, it's in here because there's a bunch of different names. Let me get it lined up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yes, this is it. The Greco. Yeah, this is what I needed. The Greco-Egyptian. Yeah, right here. And this isn't necessarily the name that Crowley called it, but this is where they got it from. Yeah, right. And it take me a little. The seventh hour swallows the tail. No, that's not it. I mean, okay, like I've said before, in the Solomon stuff, depending on the time of the day, you would call on. Okay, so the way that like when the dude just says he went in the corner and summoned the demon, it ain't summon the devil. It ain't that easy. Again, he mentioned something. He talked to somebody a little bit, and they gave him some advice. So the way it is you call the lesser, you call the lesser devils. You call the lesser devils out. So you would call. So like even on, okay, so what they would start in, even something like, depending on the time, like right here it says it's the god of the third hour of the day relating to Thoth. So that's how you would start with it. You would start with this minor, you wouldn't just break down and go with that. And yeah, I'm not finding it quickly. I'm sorry. But that's how you break it down. You wouldn't call, like, it's no way you would just say devil. You would have to know the steps to take you to the devil. Do you understand? It ain't so it's like there's minor names that you got to call first. Yeah, and he gives a name like Anazio or Azil. And these are Grand Dukes. Yeah, they give a name like Azil. So there's got to be a starting name. And then if you go by the hour, it's that serious. If you go by the hour, that's how you would open it up. And maybe I did keep my place in here to teach that. I might have to do a screenshot. So that's how you bring it in. All right. Okay. Yeah, kind of like this. Okay, so there's so many different things. I don't know where to start. Okay, right here. Right here. This is some of it too. So, depending where you would be, a little more than this. Yeah, depending where you would be is who you would call on. And I say is okay, so if you look at it as Masonic rites, you would be apprentice, companion, master, discreet master. So if you looked at it like that, so if you look at a actor, you know that's got a TV show would be some type of master, if you understand. So that's where he would start when he would start asking to he would start trying to bring this energy in. You just ain't bringing it in on just a thought, like he said. That's why he said he said it stood with him for a couple days. Said he was having nightmares. Again, what is a nightmare? Shit, you could live nightmares with your eyes open. So yeah, I thought I kept it here. No, this is just a tarot. But it is broken down in a way, and I just can't find it right now. I'm gonna keep fucking with this book. But that's how you would have to do it. You would have to start in A. So you break it down to the hour and the minute too. So you would say, this hour, I'm giving thanks to whatever. Like right now, Sunday morning. What are we? Sunday morning. There's numbers of the sun. What day is this? I think this is Saturday. Tuesday. And Saturday. This is Sunday. And so Sunday. No, this is Monday. Okay, so it's one away. So you would go into Sunday. And this is negative or positive. It ain't, and you would have to start with one of the gods, the god of the hour. And so you would first call the god of that given hour. Oh, here we go. So right now, what are we at? So like if we was doing invocation right now, we're between 1 a.m. and 2. And so Michael is the dominant god of the day. So you would have to start with that, given what hour it is. And then this can be positive. This ain't just a way to, get negative stuff too. You can actually, but this is how they would start. They would have to start like this. There's no way, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut to get away from that kind of start. So, he told you a basic way. So yes. So to answer your question again is, yeah, so like even an athlete, when an athlete gets into the zone, it's the same kind of thing. It's like it's hard to imagine that, Kundalini Like, think of it like this. A dude, like a running back, the running back hits it, and there's certain situations that this one player is faster than everybody on the field. So if he gets it in the right situation and the Kundalini hits him, it'll make him exceed what he normally would do sometimes. I mean, we see that so much in basketball over and over again quickly. And people don't realize we see great plays over and over again in basketball. Football and baseball is a little slower. So yes, it's very possible. I'm sorry, I got carried away. The magenta is part of the color of the year so far. Red. Even the Vegas team has trim red on their jersey. So both NBA's team have colors with red and gold. Yes, because it is like a crimson that goes with the the Denver too. Yeah. I agree. If I wanted to explain the number 42 people, there's something I can show them that fully explains it. Okay. Well, whenever you want to release it, that's cool. Isn't 3 a.m. the witch's hour, Coven's hour, where energy is very high? Well, I would disagree with that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to disagree with that. The energies is used more at night. I mean, most things that move, most things that use the astral realm, they use, even the czar, most things are used at night. I mean, if you meditate during the daytime, you see it's a lot easier to get through. At night, it is everything out there. And so at night, it's a lot more blocks at night. I don't know if it's blocks, but I'll say competition of you being still a very young soul trying to move in all this. That's the best way I can put it. You are still very young moving through this. If you can leave your body and you get in one of these zones, you're still a very young soul, if that makes sense. And so you're competing against a lot of other energies. And even though, you're in a protected space, you're still going to move through space time. And again, don't get caught up in the spinning. That's what they want to tell you, karma. You see it and then, move beyond and above it. So, I mean, that's my only thing. Say yes and no. Yes and no. It's just more competition at night. That's all. So, I mean, if you like live somewhere and you take your pendulum or you take your divining rods and you find a really strong ley line or fractal line, and I mean, depending on your property, you could, like, today is an extra push. It's a full moon, so yeah, it's a little more push at night. It's almost like because again, the thoughts go to the sun and the moon. All the thoughts go to the sun and the moon. So it's more welcoming of the thoughts. It's like it's the energy, because whatever ritual they play with this full moon thing, it's still, we can still get some, because it's such a hard feminine energy pushing out. We can still absorb this too. So we can. This is probably a more magic time. And remember, this is leading up to two things. We leading up to the solstice, and we leading up to the day out of time. And the end of July. So two things. It's like if you wanted to talk to the Emperor in Star Wars, you would be talking to Darth Vader or another person from the Sith Lords. I mean, if I was asking, is there a way I can show people what the number 42 means, trying to explain the meaning to people? I don't know. I don't know if it's a way. Have you sent me something recently? Oh. Okay. So, you send me something, maybe I can put it up there. I did have one thing I did want to see if I could put up there. I'll say that. Yeah, it was, man, some messed up stuff I saw too. But I wanted to see if I could bring this up. Had caught something and see if I can, it'll act right tonight. No, it'd be older than that. Yeah, this makes no sense. Something's been done. But yeah, I don't see the other one. Oh well. Oh well, I don't see it, so not gonna worry about it. Should have been new though. These are my newest photos. So it's not that one, not that one, not that one. And this one is not a person, so I don't see it. Oh well, not worried about it. There was some other stuff I did want to show you. It was crazy. I picked this up the other night, and this was real crazy. Shannon Sharp. Fuck Shannon Sharp. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's see here. Where did I find this? Where did I find it? Okay, this might be it. Let me see if I can find it here. This was crazy if I can find it. I don't see it right here. History right here. That's it. Oh, not just shorts. Okay. Maybe it's here. This is messed up if I can find it. Nah, this was on the news. This was on the news. Climate change. Uptown restaurant shells Northern Italian. No, that wasn't it. Commercial turtle trapping. Where was this shit? What I wanted to show you is this shows this car flip and blow up. Oh, this is it. Yeah. Yeah, right here. This is what I wanted to show right here. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I want to show this. Yeah, this is it. I used to live in this area, and they don't know what happened here. But check this out. All right. Well, you know me, I'm always got to say stuff about what they're wearing. I don't mind her. This is okay. Hair looks okay. She's okay. Him, the suit is crispy. This is clean. This is clean. I like it. This is clean. This is a wig. But yeah, let's go.
In Prairie, crews are on scene right now trying to figure out how 2 homes caught fire overnight.
And multiple people had to be evacuated, and 4 people are in the hospital this morning. Here's where it happened. Let's show you a map here. It happened on Lee Drive and Franlow. That's right by Highway 169, southeast of the Olympic Hills Country Club. And Cece Gaines is there right now with new information from fire crews. Cece, good morning.
Cece. Like, didn't you know you was gonna be on TV today, honey? And you really came and you looked like this. You remind me of Pam Oliver. And you ain't making near much money as Pam. Just saying, honey, this is not acceptable. Sloppy coat. It was 88 degrees. 89 or 90 degrees the day you filmed this. So why would you have this? And it's got to be hot. You are on a fire. I mean, it was a fire behind you. So it's got to still be hot in that area, and you got a damn coat on and your weave ain't tight, or I don't know, maybe this is your hair. Yeah, it might be your hair, but damn, you need to get it done every day, honey, or make it look good. But in your shirt is crumpy and frumpy. I mean, you just don't look good, but let's go.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, a lot has happened in the last 30 minutes since I talked to you. Within the last 10, 15 minutes, an Eden Prairie fire truck actually came back on scene here. The fire chief telling us that within the last 30 minutes, a few hot spots actually popped up. So crews are taking care of that right now. During the 5 o'clock hour, I did say there was a smell of smoke, but that did go away. Now that we're at 6 o'clock right now, the smell of smoke is very strong in the area right now. So crews are dealing with that again.
Okay, if it's smoke, it's probably hot too, and you got a winter coat on. Let's go.
This morning, but before that, they were investigating. Restoration crews were here trying to board up the homes that caught on fire. So this.
I don't
Well, we
care.
want to show you where we were just a few hours ago in the early morning hours when this fire first started. If you take a look at your screen, you'll see overnight. The fire chief.
This house is at least 3,800 square feet. Both houses. I'm going to find a better view because right now this ain't a really good view.
Told us that this really all started around 12:30 this morning. Eden Prairie was called here for a structure fire on Lee Drive. And we actually just talked to some neighbors here just maybe 15 minutes ago who said right at 12:30 they heard 2 explosions. We heard that from at least 3 neighbors. As you can see on your screen, when crews got here, the damage was already pretty significant. Officials say when they got here, they learned that 2 homes were on fire, not just one, and they quickly got to work to battle those flames. Eden Prairie had to call in crews from east.
All right. They're not giving me the pictures.
Those hot spots under control out there this morning.
All right, they're not giving me the pictures I want. I got to find earlier in the day because this might, this is it. This is it.
Overpriced filler and marketing hype.
This was the earlier. There's a couple I can show, but this is going to show it earlier. Here we go. Here we go.
2 homes. 5 people, including a firefighter, were hurt, and right now those who live nearby still have a lot of unanswered questions about what happened. Lou Ragoose is at the scene right now in the 10,000 block of Lee Street, just off Highway 169. Lou?
Yeah, Lauren, a lot of people in this neighborhood woke up to the...
Damn, Lou. Really? Now, this is an expensive shirt, but damn, like, when's the last, okay, let's go, Lou. Tell us.
Loud explosions that came with these fires, powerful enough that people could feel them more than a block away.
It was around 12:30 a.m.
It was like, boom.
That fire led to explosions.
It was just super duper loud.
Several explosions.
Damn, where'd he get these nerds from? Like, it's always just some funny shit, Let's hear the nerds again.
Yeah.
It was like, boom.
That fire.
What was it, dude? It was like, boom. What was it?
A.m.
It was like, boom. It was what?
30 a.m.
It was like, boom. Okay.
That fire led to explosions.
It was just
what?
Explosions.
It was just
what? What? What?
super duper loud.
Several explosions.
The next one was like another loud, like boom.
That neighbors around Lee Drive near Pioneer Trail in Eden Prairie.
Wait, did I see? Wait a minute. I saw something that I'm not cool with. What happened?
That neighbors around.
Wait a minute. What is these darkies doing in Eden Prairie? There's no darkies in Eden Prairie. What is this? Darkies in Eden Prairie? When I lived there, there was no darkies in Eden Prairie. This is terrible. Eden Prairie is a good place for no darkies. Oh, I'm not even showing y'all. Y'all listening, laughing at me and shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go again. All right.
It's powerful enough that people could feel them more than a block away.
It was around 12:30 a.m.
It was like, boom.
That fire led to explosions.
It was just boom. Super duper loud.
Several explosions.
The next one was like another loud, like boom.
That neighbors around Lee Drive near Pioneer Trail in Eden Prairie could feel.
We thought someone was like trying to kick in the garage door or something because like we felt the physical shake of the house.
I thought I was dreaming actually for a second.
A disorienting experience in the middle of the night, leading neighbors to only wonder what it must have been like to be in the two houses that burned.
First of all, I was wondering if everybody was okay, because I knew My dad's buddy lives there.
The homeowner told Tommy Fuller's family that they threw their pet dog out the window to save it. No people were killed. 4 initially went to the hospital, and 1 was more badly hurt than the others.
Look at this.
Firefighters aren't sure if all the pets...
Look at this. Look at this. You can see that the fire started right here. This is where the fire started. Maybe the shot when they change it, but yeah, right here, I'm pretty sure. Look at here, this is where the fire started. And look how it burned both houses down. But the fire started, so whatever was going on like this little area, this garage area. Look at this. These
made
are
it out
burnt
alive, or if some died in the fire.
Our investigators will look at a cause and what may have happened. They'll do that through an interview process with folks that were involved from both of the homes and as neighbors as well.
But all told, it so far looks like a scary night that could have been much worse.
Okay, this is the view. See, as you can see, the fire started right here in the garage area, and it blew up. It literally blew up the rest of the house. And that makes you wonder, it could be a gas grilling or something, but I doubt it. And this fire, it just caught this house on fire because it blew up. And it blew up so much that all the, the flames caught this house on fire. And it completely burned this house down too. That's how strong the explosion was. The explosion was so strong that it caught this house. This house immediately caught on fire. So it happened here. And these are big cribs. These are big $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 cribs in here. Just look at them. These are all, 4,000 plus square feet houses. This one probably about 3,800 square feet. So this is, 400,000 or 500,000. This is cul-de-sac too. This isn't far from me. This is not far from my dentist at all. It's a big park, the airport, it's a little small, well, not too small, but it's a smaller airport by this area. So yeah, this is what happened.
Worse.
Our first thought was like, some people are dead. It's sad. So that's good to hear that 3 are okay, and hopefully the next person heals up fast and makes it out okay.
And I'm told from the neighbors that the family in the house where the fire started included a young couple with a young child and an infant baby, as well as grandma living there as well. Now, as for the cause of the explosions, Eden Prairie Fire does not have an explanation yet. Back to you.
If my...
So I'm sorry, that was some shit that I just caught and I thought was freaking interesting. So I'm sorry if... it was something else though that I caught that, where is it? Because there was this car that caught on fire. It flipped and caught on fire. Maybe I lost that. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. Big
breaking
ass
news
crib
we've been following
like
out of Eden Prairie.
Big ass crib like that blows up. That don't happen every day. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Check this out. I forgot about this one. Yeah, I forgot about this one. Check this out. Caught this too.
Gratiot Avenue on the city's east side over the weekend.
We're learning about a car show that turned chaotic with several crashes, fights, and gunfire. We go live now to Sean Lay. Sean, people living nearby say things got out of hand as the night went on.
Very true. Other people, Kimberly, told me today they really enjoyed, which was a...
Okay, y'all, what do we look here for here? For my Detroit homeboy, I pass. Yeah, you could have got a better polo and you should have kept it buttoned. Yeah, even with the mic, you could have kept it buttoned. This is kind of, you could have a little better quality polo, but I like the jacket. The jacket works. Okay, let's go.
Enjoyed, which was a slow-moving car show up and down Gratiot that went for miles. I'll show you. It was big, and for some, in some places, it was too big. The aftermath of the weekend on Gratiot can be seen from 7 Mile all the way down to I-94. So much litter, business owners tell me it took hours to clean up. Here's what happened. Security camera video shows that by late afternoon Saturday, Gratiot for miles was at a standstill.
These colored folks are thick. Now, they said 7 Mile going to 94. Remember, I think Telegraph is the one that connects all the numbers, 8 Mile, 7 Mile. I think Telegraph is the connecting street that would lead out to 94. Maybe Nick. Because I might be in Telegraph for a couple of weeks. I got to remember that shit how to get around. But he might correct me if I remember. But this is thick. If you said 7 Mile, this is Inkster, maybe? 7 Mile, is that Inkster? Or is Inkster more, But this is thick, and these is all just brothers and look, right, brothers and sisters hanging out, but let's go.
Still, cars up and down Gratiot block after block, just like the Dream Cruise, only this grew to thousands of people by word of mouth. Word about a rolling car show on Gratiot spread quickly on social media. Michelle Patton is out on Gratiot today, but stayed home Saturday night. The crowds...
Are they doing spin-offs, Are they spinning, drifting and shit in the middle of this crowd? But okay, let's go, Detroit.
Just too big for her and for many others.
I don't like crowds like that, especially in Detroit.
Damn. Like, where did you get this? What is this? Is this a smock or like a nurse outfit? Like, this is, like, my mind is blowing. I'm choking on my words looking at this outfit. Like, why did they talk to her? Look, she's old. I mean, what is this on her head? Like, what is this? Like, is this a bonnet too? Like, what kind of bonnet? It looked like she got one of them face masks and she just threw it on her head. But this outfit here, god damn. Let's go.
Big crowds.
Yes.
And then there was...
Like, do she look like she was out there? Nobody's paying attention to her if she was out there wearing this shit.
The shooting.
It was a shooting. It was fighting. It was car accidents.
There's niggas around. What do you expect?
It was just a lot.
Patton is right. By the time Detroit police could get through the traffic to respond to shots fired, one young man had been shot and killed. Donuts and intersections led to crashes, one car smashing into this building, and fights. This woman was on camera sticking a handgun in a man's face during one fight.
Well,
Detroit police with an emphasis.
Let's, I think that says, nigga, get out my face. There's nothing clearer than that. Now, let's say tactically, she could get killed like this. Because, again, look at here. There's I was taught a 6-foot rule. I think I was taught 6 feet. A person could disarm you. So she's way too slow if she means this is a threat. She pulled this out in attempt threat. But again, she's vulnerable to being killed or having the gun taken her because he's too close, that he could take her gun. So this, you can tell this is a threat. She's not trying to kill him. She just wanted him to get the fuck out her face. But again, she waited too long. But, just future reference. Don't pull your gun out this late. You should be in an aimed at his ass.
One fight. Detroit police with an emphasis on safety in the downtown area and launching a major crime reduction push in the 8th and 9th precincts. Now, with a new challenge when huge crowds form for an unscheduled event that is actually rolling down a major boulevard. An actual rolling car show there. Now, we also saw Detroit police then responding to the crashes, to the fights, to cars doing donuts in the middle of the intersection, then crashing then as well. So a lot on their hands. They brought in one of the big buses they have to make arrests, but it's unclear tonight how many people they had to detain through this car show. Most people, Kimberly told me, they really enjoyed it, but it got too big.
All right, Sean, we appreciate your report this evening.
Damn.
What a long...
Wait a minute, where'd she go? They took her off quick. Where did she go? I liked her.
That looks like this. But your lawn looks a little bit more like
I
this.
didn't get to evaluate her.
Right
She was
here.
looking good. Looking good. Looking good. And I didn't get to check her out. She jumped away from me. I wanted to show that car that blew up. That was some shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I got some. What is everybody saying? What is everybody saying? Okay, Jeffrey. What are you saying? I was asking, is there a way I can show people what the number 42 means? I'm trying to explain. Just to explain, the moon here in Cleveland is full and red. Yeah, that's how I was here too. That's how I was here. How do you know the number 42 means N-word? What I'm saying? Well, I would say this. And you know, I would give Zach all the credit, but the way it's been used through history and just doing my own research. Okay. Just doing my own research, Jeffrey, and I'm sorry I'm a little late answering you, but I'm going to tell you, we have been marked with 42, no doubt. Now, again, the earliest reference I found was, and I'd have to go through my Pinterest to find it, and I'm pretty sure I still have it because, nah, it was on my other channel. I used it one time as one of my thumbnails, but that was probably on my other channel. So I think I still have it, and I'll try to pull that back up. But I found a team that, again, it was segregated. You know, it was a segregated U.S. baseball team on some island. The dude was dressed, I would say post World War II, but early 20s. And all these dudes, the name of the team was 42. Now, again, it could have been the 42nd Regiment or all that. But it just seems like when you see this over and over again, just like we went through to Jim Brown, you know, 42 isn't the only mark. 3223 is a mark as well. And we can see death numbers too, like 34. You know, we see with Walter Payton didn't go anywhere, right? 32 was and 23 was the numbers that moved. They killed the number 40, probably one of the greatest of all time. And remember, Barry Sanders even had a number that doesn't really go through space time. Hell, it was 3 great players that wore 20 in Detroit. You know, you had Lynn Barney, that was a great player in his own right, a Hall of Famer. You had Billy Sims, who injury, you know, great Heisman Trophy winner. And you had Barry Sanders. So you see the handing of the energy. So it's not just that. I mean, it's just one of the markings that seems to mark the people the most. As I said, you know, in watching in the TV thing on Peacock, Miss Davis, you know, they go to the sister, and part of the sister's number is 1042 or some shit like that. You know, or even in what was it? Harlem Nights? No, not Harlem Nights, but Gangsters, or what was it? With Bumpy Johnson and shit. You know, she had the dream number, and the number was something 42. So it's a mocking. So that's what you got to look at it too. It's a mocking. They give things that are mocking you, and that's what 42 is one of the things of. It's a mocking. So, Johnny Specs, so that's where I mean it does come up again. You know, the gematria comes up when you run certain words. It comes up to nigga. You know, and you go into the gematria and you put in 42. So that's all. It is just it seems like we see it too much over and over again, and there's no coincidence. And as we keep seeing, these kind of things, you know, it just makes people say, okay, when we see patterns over and over again, these patterns have to mean something. And so that's where it comes into when you start looking at it. And then you look at the players that have this, and, you know, again, you know, number of players in the Hall of Fame, great players that are marked with this number. Remember, Kobe, after rape conviction, ended up going to it. Before, he had a unique number. But what happened after, you know, after the shaming? And there was nothing but, oh, here we go. So, yeah, I can. So yeah, that's kind of where it comes from. Oh man, did you guys see the dude in high school that jumped off the ship? I don't know if that's even worth looking up, but did y'all see that shit? This dude was on a high school trip in the Caribbean. Yeah. And I don't know if he was too drunk. This dude jumped off the ship and got ate. CC looking sloppy. She did. Anthony G, what's happening? To be here, I know you got to
Got to have vision.
Yes. Yeah. Look like serial killers. Meth lab was the cause. That was my first thought. When I first read this and we were looking at this, that was my first thought, meth lab. And then, you know, the number of people living there. But this is a nice ass neighborhood. Police don't matter. No, they really don't. It's a fifth world country. It's going to that. You won't pull out a gun unless you plan to use it. Once you pull it out, you have to use it. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, I've pulled guns out on people and, you know, backed up and got out of stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a power thing and it's a defensive. You know, a gun is a defensive. Like a handgun is a defensive weapon. You've got to get up into them 50 caliber long rifles before you have something offense. But for most part, a handgun is a defensive, small arms. It's a defensive thing. So, but yes, I agree. You pull out your gun, you should use it. That's the same mocking, etc. Went that far back. Yeah, that's my earliest, you know. I'll try to find that picture again, but it was a team called that. So look up Australian shark attack from they have the video attack, and all I can say is, wow, where's that? Died by a great. Yeah, this cat was, and maybe we can look it up. Student, I don't feel like looking it up. I want to show this other story. We had another unfortunate incident up here. And here we go. And I think I touched base on this. Well, here we go. Let's go. And this is kind of a follow-up of the shit. I think this was the 14-year-old boy that got killed. And you know, this is my favorite news couple, Frank and Amanda. And you know, Frank looks good. I like it. Frank looks good. You know, Frank is like tore up his shoulder. He had his hip replaced, and you know, his wife looks good. They complement each other. You know, the reds in his tie, you know, kind of bounce off her red shirt. You know, that's they look good. But let them tell their story.
Police are looking for the person responsible for the city's latest homicide.
Someone shot and killed a 19-year-old man inside a home on the 9500 block of Thomas Avenue North early Friday morning. WCCO's Reg Chapman has more on why investigators say this is.
Wow. Now, as I tried to explain before, the way Minneapolis is. Okay, I tried to explain before the way Minneapolis is. So when you go to Minneapolis, you have 55, which now they're saying they're going to stop. But 55, these on the north side of town, which here they call over north. This is how these country people are. They don't even call it the north side. They refer to it as over north. This is how they refer to it, which is funny as shit. But anyway, so as I said, Prince's sister Tyka lived on 55 and 2 or 3, something like that. And then the house, then it goes into, I think, 20 or 30 through going up. So that's when I showed a few weeks ago, they was talking about the uppers versus the lowers. That's what they consider it now. Now think about this, from 1, we're going all the way to 90 something. So this is completely from Minneapolis going into Brooklyn Center. So this is a long way out.
This is different than recent shootings that have plagued the city.
Brooklyn Park police rushed to Unity Hospital in Fridley a little before 2 a.m. Friday morning after police there reached out to them.
Letting us know that an individual was dropped off at the Unity Hospital up there in Fridley with a gunshot wound to the chest. That person did pass away at the hospital.
Speaking with friends of the victim at the hospital, Fridley police determined.
What am I going to give Rex? Rex a funny shaped dude, but he gets an A+ for the shirt. The shirt is crispy, but you always get the negative. Where's the t-shirt, Rex? Where's the t-shirt? You know, this, you could have did a little better, Rex. I think if you would have went with a little further, you know, your lapel, it would have slimmed this look down. You see, like you're so frumpy that the lapels like are shrunk. because you're so frumpy. So I would have thought that if they would have brought this lapel out a little more, it would have fit him a little better. But again, I'm a pimp, so maybe, you know.
That the 19-year-old was actually shot about 3 miles away from the hospital at a house here in Brooklyn Park. Investigators canvassed the neighborhood and quickly learned this shooting is different than other shootings the city has seen.
Look at this crib. This is Brooklyn Park. I would say, because this is the north side, this house, I couldn't see it being more than 3. This house might be 2. I'm not sure again, but 2-ish. But I mean, look, this is an acre. They've got at least an acre here if you look in the back. It's close. But let's go.
In the past 3 years.
This one was a little different. This case was involved people that knew each other. So this is not a case of a street corner shooting over a drug deal or something like that, which is what we have seen recently. So this is different.
Different, but still heartbreaking. A 19-year-old man lost his life. A family and community grieve.
There's just a lot of moving parts to this particular investigation, given the dynamics of the number of witnesses and things like that.
Brooklyn Park police do not have anyone in custody yet, but are confident they will find the person responsible. Reg Chapman, WCCO News.
This is the second homicide this year in Brooklyn Park.
Damn, Brooklyn Park. Yeah, so I wanted to find that car, though. That was some shit. That car that blew up.
Eden Prairie officials still investigating a cause after a house explosion.
Okay. Ooh, I like the way they show it. Why am I? What is this? I have to completely. Okay. Yeah. It's the same thing. But where's this damn car? I wanted to show y'all that car that flipped. That was some shit. Why Venus is so bright this weekend. Hell. Let's watch something really cool. Why is Venus so bright this weekend? I want to know. Okay. I want to know why Venus is so bright. Why is Venus so bright this weekend, y'all? Let's hear it.
Sky just after dusk recently, and it's actually.
You know, I can't let them get away with it. I like this, but again, we see magenta. You know, the dress is magenta. The lighting back here is a little bit of magenta lighting, but the dress is definitely. I like him. I mean, yeah, this is okay. I can't tell if you've got a t-shirt, but the shirt it works. I like that. That's a nice accent. I like this 1/2-inch cuff. I like that. That's only a 1/2 inch. That's good. I like that. All right, let's go. Tell us about it.
Actually not a star, but rather Venus.
Meteorologist Joseph Dames talked with the folks at NASA about why it's so bright right this weekend and why exploring the planet is difficult.
Okay, so a lot of things up in the sky to look at, but we're focusing on Venus. Tell me why.
Okay, this is a prime example why you do not need meth or cocaine. I mean, this guy seems pretty hype. I mean, he has something.
To look at, but we're focusing on Venus. Tell me why it's a good weekend for viewing Venus and how we could even do it.
So I would encourage
I like her. She has the simple, you know, she's got the glass chain, which is classy. I don't know if her finger waves. This is finger wave-ish. This could still be a wig, but I like it. It's minimal. Let's go, sister. I like your makeup. I like you. Let's go.
everyone to get a chance to go outside this Sunday and look to the horizon as the sun is setting.
Look at this. She's a NASA defense and aerospace engineer. So let's look at her background. She's defense, NASA. What is defense? So she works for the Department of Defense? And she's an aerospace engineer. And okay, we see this stuff in the background. What do we see here? We see, it looks like her background is some shit from the Jupiter missions and shit. Old, but her name is Kahani Parut. Okay, let's go, Parani.
And you'll be able to see Venus shining bright. It's actually really hard to miss because it is the third brightest object in our sky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After the sun and moon is Venus.
When we were talking about space a lot, we're
Okay, let's look at
It's actually really hard to miss because it is the third brightest object in our.
All right, what you're going to be able to see this week is our moon, and you're going to see Venus in the west. It is going to be, everyone you're watching, it's going to be in your west in the evening. All right, you're going to see this. This is not showing up where I'm, my viewing area, but you're going to see this. And you might see this even in the morning, but it's going to look to the at night western sky. Well, here it goes west. See?
Sky. Yeah, so after the sun and moon is Venus.
Oh, well, let me go back to show you.
Why it's so bright right this.
So she has the magenta. I'm sorry. I was tripping. Wasn't showing her magenta and the magenta lighting in the background. Sorry. And I gave him the pass. I thought he was dressed nice. Okay, let's go. He was the one that looks just too hyped. Like look at his face spread. He's had a couple lines, it looks like. Okay, let's go. What is
So hot, its pressures are 90 times anything you can imagine here on Earth.
Okay, they
and
don't
it's just
know.
inhabitable. So
They don't
exploring
know.
our neighboring
They
planet
don't know.
seems very similar to
They
us.
don't know.
And it has
They
a
don't know.
atmosphere and it has a terrain, but it
They
kind of
don't know. This is all conjecture,
it's often
opinion.
referred to as
They are not
Earth's
facts.
evil twin sister. So why did it become evil? What's its origin story?
Evil
What's
twin
NASA's
sister
plan?
goes back to the hero twins, Adam and Eve.
to go explore Venus. How's this all going to work out then?
We are planning to launch the Da Vinci mission, which actually stands for Deep Atmosphere Venus
Da Vinci, the inventor.
Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry, and Imaging. And we're going to drop a probe, and it's going to descend into the atmosphere over an hour period, and it's going to collect a lot of data, measure some.
Now, let me make this point, cutting away. Remember what they always say about movies. What do they say? They say if you go to a virgin place, anything you take that ain't been there could corrupt the whole system, right? So you telling me they didn't send the rovers to Mars and it's okay. It doesn't matter all that metal and everything that comes to Earth and that's just there. And then when it decays, that's okay. It's not going to affect that environment at all. But movies tell you, their own science fiction tells you that it can. And then this, sending some shit, sending some shit. And if they send some shit, they're going to try to send DNA shit like the movies show just to see so they can make some money off some shit. So, okay, let's go.
Gases on the planet, take some pictures as we get closer to terrain. So
that don't look like nothing. This is again. This is Venus Descent Imager. This is not real.
We're building a really strong system to withstand the hot and humid temperatures of Venus.
How do you actually build something that can withstand this type of treatment?
He is really too happy about Venus, but let's go.
I guess.
We're using titanium, which is a pretty strong material, and we're going to encase all of our instruments inside of it to protect all of those.
Okay, but isn't like going past Earth, you have to go through the Van Alden asteroid belt? How are they going to send this little thing through that? Please explain that to me, or am I wrong, y'all?
Instruments from the environment. So we're making sure instead of maybe making our instruments better or stronger, we're just keeping our amazing instruments and making them cushy as we can to go into to the atmosphere. We also don't expect it to survive past 30 minutes after landing.
You may have noticed a bright
30 minutes after landing, Okay, how much money would they spend to send some shit that's gonna crash and quit working after 30 minutes? Get the fuck out of here. That makes no sense. That is some silly shit. That is some unbelievable shit. Damn, what happened to the car wreck? Venus will be shining bright like a diamond this weekend. Okay, I know that. I wonder. I don't know. That's just some feel good shit. Ooh, it's kicked in. What's happening? Look up the Australian shark attack. Okay, the student totally felt everything in the attack from the sharks. That student totally felt. That's funny. I say great whites because they play with you before they kill you. Yeah, they said they didn't find any of that dude. Drug deal going wrong. I don't know. I think he was crazy. I know, Jamar. I forgot to screen the sheet. He's in love with Venus. Exactly. I believe Miles will be fighting any version of himself with Venom. Oh, that's a good point. Miles and Venom. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't screen. I know I was talking. I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. Dang, I wish I could find this other story. Because this car, man.
Eden Prairie officials still investigating a.
Okay, let's see. This is about the fire again. Let's check these chicks out. Here you go. This is about the fire, but look, they're both dressed. Now she's got more blue on, which is okay. And look at the sister. Like, this is a summer outfit. These are the houses. This is a better picture for me. So you can see whatever blew these houses up, you can see it right here. This is what blew this damn house up. And the fire was so strong, it blew into this house. You can see, it blew into this house. This whatever blew out here, you see it. It blew. See this? This is the fireball. You see that? All that right there? This is the fireball that hit this house. You see all this energy that hit this house? That's how it moved. So whatever blew out, it blew out this way too. Whoops, shut them up. Oh, I want to see the house. I like this. I like that better. Okay. So, yeah, whatever blew out, it blew, boom. You see how far the fireball was back here? But do you see how far it went this way? Do you see how far it went this way? Do you see that? This is how far whatever blew up here blew up right to here. You see that? You see it blew up to here, blew up to here. It blew up to here. It blew up all that too. Boom. Boom. Well, this is a weave, but it looks good. She looks okay. But I'm not going to share that story because we already went to it, but that was the picture I wanted. I knew I'd find it, but damn, where's them cars that I saw? Let's kill this. Let's see. Boy jumps off ship. Is this the shit? Yes, here's this bug. Here we go. This is how dumb people are, man. Okay. This is how dumb people are. Let me slow down. This is how dumb people are, y'all. Okay. This is totally alcohol enraged event.
This kid jumped off. Oh my God. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, shit. That shit. Hey, grab the boot. Hey, the boot. Damn. Hey, grab the boot. Oh my God.
Man, this dude was naked. This looks like a sacrifice. This totally looks like a sacrifice. Why is he naked? I mean, it didn't look like anybody else on the ship was naked. Let's look. Let's look at people on the ship. Okay. Wow. Wow. And nobody's throwing him anything to help him. There's no tubes or nothing. But why is he naked? Why is this guy naked in the water? Why is he naked? There's nothing, no lifelines or nothing thrown off. How not? On this ship, that stuff's everywhere. And yet you don't see any lifelines to him. Even look at all these ropes and stuff. Even right here, these are flotations. This is shit they can start throwing out to him. Wow, nothing. Look at this, nothing. Now, is this something for him, or is that a shark coming at his ass? Yeah, these are sharks. Nothing thrown out still. Can't really tell. Why is it blurry? Shouldn't be. Why is it blurry? Shouldn't be. Blurry, blurry, blurry. Okay. Still no flotation devices thrown at him. Why? I mean, everyone, you've been on ships. That shit's everywhere. It's shit you could throw. You could throw a chair. Most of those chairs float. But why is he naked? Is this guy, so out of his mind? Was he pushed off? I mean, obviously he's treading water. So, I mean, he's got to be in fair shape that he's treaded water. So, let's go.
Oh, bye-bye. Oh, shit. That's it.
Okay. Look how long he had been in. There it is. Somebody threw that, and he doesn't go for it. Look.
That's it. Grab the buoy. Hey, the buoy.
Oh, that's a buoy.
Yo, this
no one else was naked.
Gone, bro.
No one else was naked. Wow. Wow. I've been reading this crap all day. Wasn't paying attention to it. Wow, there's others. Let's see. Yeah, this is crazy. This is a crazy story. This is crazy.
Has ended their search for a Louisiana teenager who went overboard during a sunset cruise in the Bahamas on Wednesday night. You're taking a look at that teen here. The United Cajun Navy spokesperson, one of them, spoke on America Reports this morning. Want to bring you that conversation here now.
Sandra, the search for a Louisiana teenager who apparently jumped from a cruise ship, a small one, in the Bahamas on a dare, has been called off. The Cajun Navy has been involved in that search and has been in constant contact with the family. Brian Trasher is a spokesman for the Rescue and Disaster Relief Group. Brian, good to have you back on, although what looks like a tragic circumstance here. Let me just lay this out for folks at home who might not have followed it over the weekend. Cameron Robbins was an 18-year-old from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He just graduated high school. He'd been a baseball player on the U-High team. Apparently, he was out on this pirate ship Sunset Cruise just off of the coast of Paradise Island, the east coast of Paradise Island, and for some reason jumped into the water. Do we have any idea how this circumstance unfolded and why?
So the circumstances around why Cameron went into the water are still being investigated. There's obviously a lot of reports out there from eyewitnesses that there might have been some kind of a dare or somebody egging him on. I can't confirm any of that, but I know it's still being investigated. But nevertheless, he did end up in the water. He was in the water for several minutes and did not, unfortunately, make it to the life ring. They threw him and, according to some videos that we've seen, disappeared shortly after that.
Yeah, when you take a look at that video, and unfortunately we don't have rights to air that video, but we can describe it. He's in the water there. Again, the word is that he voluntarily jumped in after somebody dared him. Somebody said, hey, throw him a life ring. And you see the life ring out there. He appears to be a pretty strong swimmer. I mean, he was an athlete. Didn't seem to be having any trouble in the water. And then suddenly he starts drifting away and he's gone. Do we know if it was the current? Because he seemed to be going in the opposite direction of the life ring. And you would think the current would take anything that's floating in the same direction. Was there some other circumstance that might have taken him out of the field of vision of folks on that boat?
So you're correct. He was an athlete. He's a very fit young man. The video that I saw showed him looked like he was taking a casual swim in a swimming pool. And it looked like he was going toward the life ring and for some reason turned around, started swimming away from it. It could have been that he was being carried away by a current. That channel right there south of Valto Island is known to have strong currents. There was some inclement weather that blew up while they were out there, so it could have been a squall line that came through. There's just so much speculation out there. We're still waiting for the U.S. Coast Guard and the Royal Bahamas Navy to conclude all their findings and sort of compile all the eyewitness testimony they took over the last week. And I'm sure eventually they'll put out a final report, and we'll wait and see what that says.
Yeah, the U.S. Coast Guard out of Miami jumped right into action and teamed up with the Royal Bahamas Defense Forces and launched a search by air while the Bahamas Defense Forces were on the water. They published this grid in just the last day or so. You can see the extent of the search here as it comes up on the screen. That's Nassau, the big island there. Paradise Island is just on the northeast of that. Ethel Island, it's right in the middle of that dark area, the most intense area of search. They also went north of that into what quickly becomes very deep water as the tongue of the ocean starts to wrap around the top of Nassau there. You're talking 6 to 8.
Yeah, this is bullshit, but okay, let's go.
8,000 feet of water. This was a huge search area, and yet nothing.
It really
turned
was.
up.
I can't say enough about what the Coast Guard and the Royal Bahamas Navy, as well as a lot of volunteers that the United Cajun Navy had recruited after Hurricane Dorian that we got in touch with. People went out with private vessels and private aircraft and went and looked on their own. It was a very extensive search, and unfortunately, it did not turn up successful.
Yeah, Todd Terrell, who's the director of the Cajun Navy, put out this statement. He said, quote, "I hope we were able to bring closure to the family and friends of Cameron by knowing everyone did everything possible to locate him. Not every search in large waterway areas results in a recovery, but knowing so many people dropped everything on a holiday weekend to help with the search is a positive way to bring closure to families and friends." It sounds like Todd doesn't have a whole lot of hope that Cameron may be found.
Well, Todd was born and raised in Baton Rouge, and when he was first called about it, it became very personal to him, and he really wanted to find that young man. But again, we arranged for a charter boat to take the parents out to the area where he went overboard and some of the search areas, made sure they had some lodging while they were there, and they decided to return to Baton Rouge on Sunday after we were not successful in locating Cameron. We never give up hope. But the Coast Guard called up their search, and we've suspended physical operations, but we're still participating in some investigatory operations.
Such a tragedy. I can't imagine what the family's going through. But great work that your organization does, Brian, and we're always pleased to bring attention to the United Cajun Navy. You guys pitch in when so many others would.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It looks like. It looks like to me, I don't know. That looked like a sacrifice. He took his clothes off. Again, they trying to say the drunk thing. They're trying to think the drunk thing, but looks a little bit like it. I say great white. Drug deal gone wrong. I believe Miles will be fighting a version of himself. Okay, you got to share. Yeah, I know. I did. Both of them laugh and smile in that duper's delight. Wow. So I know y'all saw the shit about the sharks. Both of them was laughing, smiling. So I know I shared that part with you about the sharks. So I don't know. It is interesting. I wish I could find the car story though. And they trying to say, man, you can just
Turning now to officials investigating.
You can find debauchery. Like, this is probably old, but damn, debauchery. I mean, like everywhere. Okay, hold up, baby. Hold up. Damn, she's okay. I would give her the okay. All right, let her tell us about it. Tell us about it, girl.
Just an hour north of us in Orange County. And I spoke with the San Clemente Mayor, Chris Duncan, today, and he says what happened is disgusting and this behavior will not be tolerated in his town. And here's video on Friday ahead of the holiday weekend. Mayor Chris Duncan of San Clemente speaking with KUSI Tuesday, responding to the attack of 2 Marines at the San Clemente Pier Friday night.
It's disgusting and shocking.
Well, this fake hair you put in there is disgusting and shocking. And I mean, you look sloppy, but your toupee is like the glue is the only thing holding that sucker all in there. Okay, let's go.
Basically, to see this level of violence, especially as attacking Marines.
In this violent video, you see 2 Marines on the ground in a fetal position being kicked multiple times in the head and upper body by a group of teens. Being kicked multiple times in the head and upper body.
This is why you should always carry a gun. You won't be kicked in the head and upper body. Let's go. Why can't I get it? Where is he at?
Times in the head and upper body by a group of teenagers and young adults. A resident taking this video, even calling deputies, reporting an unruly crowd.
My face still had like blood all over it. It wasn't cool at all.
One of the injured Marines describing what
It wasn't cool at all.
One of the injured Marines unruly crowd.
My face still had like blood all over it. It wasn't cool at all.
Okay. One more time.
My face still had like blood all over it. It wasn't cool at all.
One of the injured Marines describing what happened, saying he and his 2 friends, fellow Marines, were enjoying time off from Camp Pendleton at their favorite spot near the pier. Seen around 40 people showing up on the beach and lit off fireworks, and debris hit them in the face.
They were lighting off fireworks. They were being belligerent. They were being obnoxious and annoying other people. So we went up to them.
This is a child in the back. Like, you go from getting your ass to picking up a child. Oh, hell no. That is just too funny. Oh, that is just too funny. Oh, that is just too funny.
What's all that noise? Oh, that's just Dad.
What's all that noise? That's just Daddy getting his ass whooped.
What's all that noise?
Daddy getting his ass whooped.
What's all that noise?
Daddy getting his ass whooped.
What's all that noise?
Daddy getting his ass whooped.
What's all that noise?
Daddy getting his ass whooped.
Told them to stop.
He says that's when the group followed them and it turned violent.
We told them that we were Marines, so they would leave, but they didn't.
They told him that. Why would you tell anybody? What? Well, why you got to mention that? He said they told him.
Leave, but they didn't. They just kept going at it.
The Orange County Sheriff's Department is working to track down the suspects.
This is considered an assault with a deadly weapon because of the amount of suspects that we are investigating.
This looked like he's got a juggernaut head. Remember Juggernaut? That's a big noggin there. This might... okay, I'm sorry. It's Frank Gonzalez, she's got a big-ass head, Frank. You got an OJ head, but let's go.
The weapons that were used were their feet while these victims were on the ground. So regardless if the victims choose prosecution or choose medical attention, the Sheriff's Department is going to investigate this to the...
Okay, that's a lot of evidence you can see right here. That's a lot of evidence. Like, that's Melvin's shoe, and that's Hector's leg. Come on now. Get out of here with that.
Execution or choose medical attention. The Sheriff's Department is going to investigate this to the fullest and try to determine who the suspects are.
I want there to be accountability. I think I speak for our city and all of our residents and the Marine Corps.
I think you need a little more glue for your fuzz, but let's go.
When we say that we want there to be accountability, we want there to be consequences. And we're hoping that they get to that point swiftly. It looked like something that happened somewhere else, right? I think that's the sentiment we have. This doesn't happen in San Clemente, and it certainly doesn't happen to Marines, especially on Memorial Day weekend. I think that's really the saddest part for Clemente, and it certainly doesn't happen to Marines. It looked like something that happened somewhere else, right? I think that's the sentiment we have. It doesn't.
Ooh, now he's down. Down goes.
It certainly doesn't happen to Marines. Especially on Memorial Day weekend. I think that's really.
God damn. I'm sorry, you guys. The Marines got fucked up, and I'm sorry to tell you that the Marines got fucked up. I should show this shit too, because everybody should. Oh, no, this story. We gotta have this story. How long is this motherfucker? This is perfect, because I gotta piss. Okay. Oh, we want. I think it starts. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna show that shit, but I will show this because it's. Oh, yeah, I guess I will show it all. Okay, I'll show all this. There we go. Nope, show it all. All right.
Hi, I'm calling because I'm having a disturbance from my ex-boyfriend. He's trying to break into my apartment.
Okay, what's the address?
Beck Avenue.
You said, what was the street?
Beck Avenue. He's trying to break in, and if you can hear, he's banging on my window.
Yeah, I could hear him. What's his name?
It's Ricardo Cervantes.
And is he black, white, Hispanic, Asian?
He's Hispanic. And I'm ready to put a restraining order on him.
Okay, what color shirt and pants is he wearing?
A white shirt and army, like cargo pants, army pants.
And is there a history of domestic violence between you? Physical domestic violence between you two?
No, it's not physical, but
is he trying to?
I recently just kicked him out because he's verbally abusive, and I have children, and they're not here right now because we all went out to like drinks. So he's had like a few drinks.
And what door is he trying to break? He's trying to break the front.
He's trying to break my window, my window, my living room window, and I am embarrassed right now because I'm sure my neighbors hear it. I'm talking to the cops right now. I'm not going to give you water, Rich.
So you guys were together before this incident?
Yes, we were together. Like we tried working through things out like 3 weeks ago, but today was like my sister's boyfriend's birthday, and that's his friend too. So I invited him. To the dinner, so he won't feel disrespected that I went out with all his friends, and that's my sister's boyfriend. My name's.
And this is on Beck between Sylvan and Irwin?
Yes.
And can you spell his last name for me, please?
Yeah, Cervantes. CERDA.
39, have the units that are code 6 on this call. Switch to sublex.
Down Loomis Code 6, 6235 Beck Avenue, switch to sublex.
So where you guys at right now was how?
Hey, yo!
5 apartments down.
Yo! Let me see your hands. Walk back here, you in the white shirt. Hey, suspect's going out to the front.
Hey, he's going out to the front.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hey, come here, come here. Hey, go to the
Let's see your hands. He doesn't have a weapon, I promise. Get out. Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Face that way.
Dude, I thought it was fucking 20-something at me,
No,
dude.
hell no. I wouldn't.
What the fuck are you running for?
He's up to a fucking cop because you pulled out. I see how you pulled down. Yeah. I don't accept this. No. Oh, hey, he's running, he's running. Hey, come here, come here. Hey, come to the front. Come to the
Get out. Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Face that way.
Yeah. I don't accept this. No. Oh, hey, he's running, he's running. Hey, come here, come here. Hey, he's going to the front. I get to the front. No, Hispanic, white t-shirt, blue jeans.
Get out.
What was that?
Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Get out.
What was that?
Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Face that way.
Yeah. I don't accept this. No. Oh, hey, he's running, he's running. Hey, come here, come here. Hey, he's going to the front. I get to the front. No, Hispanic, white t-shirt, blue jeans.
Raise your hand. Get out.
What was that?
Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Face that way.
Dude, I thought it was fucking 20-something at me,
No,
dude.
hell no. I wouldn't.
What the fuck are you running for?
He's up to a fucking cop because you pulled out. I see how you pulled down. I don't accept this. No. Oh, hey, he's running, he's running. Hey, come here, come here. Hey, he's going to the front. I get to the front. No, Hispanic, white t-shirt, blue jeans.
Raise your hand.
What's that?
Get out. Step out. Step out. Step out.
13 degrees. Just
Face that way.
put in the signature.
You got to have vision.
I am muted. Thank you. Thank you. Valerie, if you're talking about the guy, both of them were laughing. Yeah, it looks like he a bad trip, or do you think he was under intense mind control? It could have been a little bit of both, Valerie. Obviously, they were saying something that neither news thing said was that he was drinking. They were saying that all them young people was drinking. So he was drinking, he was dared, and he jumped off. And they were telling them there was a shark infested out. It wasn't a place where they was, supposed to jump off. So he could have been a little bit of both. But again, why, he took his clothes off and then he jumped in? Is that what happened? So I don't know, Valerie. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. So I don't know. But I don't know why dude shot up in there too. That's interesting that he shot up in there. I don't know why he shot up in there. But it's like stories every day. Stories every day, multi-stories. Like this story, I don't know where I had a story about that car. That car was crazy. It was a stolen car and it blew up. I was trying to find that story. Let's see. Fucking. What was the story? Wow, it says Colorado, $156 million facility built for Dion. That's what one yeah. This was a couple. I caught this too. Let's see. Did y'all see this? Yeah, right here. This is, right here. You guys catch this? Man, here we go. We started from here. Caught this in the morning.
Now from Fox, it is Saturday morning, 8 o'clock over on the East Coast, right there on the dot, and 5 o'clock if you are joining us over on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories from across the country and across the world. I do want to get right into this breaking news that we do continue to follow. Take a look at this horrible, tragic scene right here on your screen, as rescuers are finding no more survivors in the overturned and mangled wreckage of two passenger trains that derailed over in eastern India, killing more than 280 people, injuring hundreds in one of the country's deadliest rail crashes in decades. A lot of the information here still coming in, but it does appear that more than 900 people have been injured, and again, the death toll rising to more than 280. Chaotic scenes erupting after that derailment Friday night about 137 miles southwest of Kolkata as rescuers climbed atop the wrecked trains to break open doors and windows using cutting torches. Now, the death toll rose steadily throughout the night. As you can see there, a mess. Scores of bodies covered by white sheets lay on the ground near the tracks as locals and rescuers raced to help survivors. Army soldiers and Air Force helicopters joined that effort. Now, all of this is under investigation, so again, details are fairly limited, but what we do know is that the death toll has gone up to more than 280 and about 900 people have been injured. As we get more details, we will bring those to you live, raw, and unfiltered right here on Live Now from Fox.
You might be asking yourself, can you?
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that is just crazy. I know if y'all caught that. There's more than that one. So I want to get a little better story of what really, let me see. Yeah, this is closer. Yeah, this is closer. So it might be a little more information on it.
At least 260 people have been killed in a train crash in the eastern state of.
I like it. I like all this sheer and sheen, and her hair's whipped and properly cut. Makeup is just enough. Okay, let's go.
Odisha. Officials are warning that the number of dead is expected to rise. 900 people have already been injured.
Damn.
It's already the country's worst.
Remember, these trains were sitting upright with people. These are passenger trains. You can know the difference. You know, these are engines here. And where are the engines? This here looks to be an engine. I can't tell what that is. But wow, look at that. Look at that. What would knock these trains off and what would make this look like it exploded? Is this the engine? This exploded. Yeah, this part right here got blowed up. You can see you see how everything is, but this is mangled. This blew up. That's one of the engines, not here. Maybe this is the other engine that blew up. Wow.
First train crash this century. 3 trains were involved in the collision, which all began after a passenger train derailed. Vincent McAvaney reports.
It was
after a
Look at that. Look at that destruction. Look at that. I mean, it's like a junkyard. I mean, this is what junkyards look like. Look at that destruction. Wow.
It was supposed to be an overnight train journey, but ended up a disaster in the middle of the countryside. It's believed several carriages from the Shalimar-Chennai Coromandel Express derailed at about 1900 local time. Some ended up on the adjacent track, only for them then to be hit by another train, the Howrah Superfast Express, travelling from Yeshwanthpur to Howrah. Carriages were toppled due to the powerful impact, smashing open compartments. Rescue teams and residents climbed up the mangled wreckage to try to find survivors. Some who escaped watched on in shock.
Damn. Wow. These look like sleeper cars, but okay, let's go.
Travelling from Yesvantpur to Howrah. Carriages were toppled due to the powerful impact, smashing open compartments. Rescue teams and residents climbed up the mangled wreckage to try to find survivors. Some who escaped watched on in shock.
10-15 people fell on me when the accident happened and everything was haywire. I hurt my hand and also the back of my neck.
More than 200 ambulances residents climbed up the...
Look at that. Can you imagine having to climb in a train that's derailed and exploded?
Mangled wreckage to...
Look at this. Look at how big that hole is. That looks like a type of explosion too. That's an explosion. That's going out. So whatever did that exploded out. See that? That's an explosion.
Try to find survivors. Some who escaped watched on in shock.
10-15 people fell on me when the accident happened and everything was haywire. I hurt my hand and also the back of my neck.
Got a technical background? Looking to...
No, Mug, we ain't looking for you. So that's a damn, you know, y'all? That is a damn. Oh. Okay. So I don't know what to say, you know. The world is crazy, y'all. The world is crazy. And so we just have to deal with crazy things. Yeah, the energies feel so good tonight. And I just hope you all can feel it. Hope you all can build off what's given free. Yeah. Oh, I'm probably super loud. Yeah. But it just feels good to come here and, you know, show some of these things that happen in the world and how, you know, we're affected by them. Still kind of tripping. I couldn't find what I was looking for earlier. Yeah, this like I was saying earlier, trying to explain some of this stuff. It's a way. Yeah, it's definitely ways they show you how to pull the energy out. And it's been coded for a long time. And it's, you know, Jumanji is part of it, but it's like it's so much more of Jumanji that's not even really taught about Jumanji. And like number 18 or 69, populist is the binary figure. The binary figure is what, 2, 6, 8? Was 1, 8? It means a crowd, water, Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, or Taurus. I mean, so there's a whole nother meaning, you know, to a lot of this. And this is just the Jumanji. So, you know, if you're only given part of it, you're not given the whole story of how you use it. And that's what's given a lot. It's like right here, you know, they say for just the Cancer, Jumanji orders 26. It gives you Enochian letter correspondence. It gives you a planetary spirit. Do you dig? Who is Zalzel, and Saturn's in Capricorn. So this is, you know, kind of how, if this is what you're trying to get in touch with, you can use one of these signs. And if you like circle, but you don't even need the circle, but one of these signs. And this is, you know, what they call And when I say correspondence, I only mean a way to start movement. Spiritual movement is all it means. Mm. And I've got to take a picture of this and download it. Because I mean, it's just like they break down, like right here, it's broken down. The mansions of the moon, according to Abigail. Yeah, this is not quite. Well, I guess it is. I mean, a lot of these are formulas. Like this is the full destruction of someone. Images of the mansions of the moon for the destruction of someone. They make an iron ring, the image of a black man in a garment made of hair, and gilded round, casting a small lance with his right hand. They sealed this in black wax and perfumed it with liquid storax and wished some evil to come. I mean, these are just formulas. Here we go. This is some shit. Magical images of the descendant decans from the Pitrix, a tall, dark, restless man with keen flame-colored eyes bearing a sword. I think this is in Aquarius. Magical images of the deacons, a green-clad woman with one leg bare from the ankle to the knee. Restless man in scarlet robes. And so, I mean, I guess you could call these, what did my brother say? Igoris. I mean, and these could also be a type of direction keepers, as you want to call them, gatekeepers. Matter of fuck around and came in one of these names, and I guess I didn't see it. What are we in now? 23. So the phase of the moon is from the same phase as 2005, from January 10th. No, 2004, excuse me. January 21st. Here we go. Now this is how history is basically broken down in the calendars they made. So the way that the Europeans want to tell you this is the oldest date, and I think this definitely excludes the one style. But they say that the Julian day number epoch of a Gregorian equivalent is November 24th, 4713 BCE. This is the oldest date that they report, Fires report. Now the Hebrews are 1,000 years later at 37 and 60, 61. The Mayan, supposedly, from the 12,000 year calendar, came in 3101. But again, we know there's the Mayan calendars that go back to almost 1 billion years. So this is not quite true. The Chinese go back 2636. Now the Roman time is only 753 BCE. Julian is actually 1. You understand that Julian is the first. Julius Caesar. Julian is the Ethiopic is 27 common area. Coptic is 284. Coptic would have been Greek and Roman. Islam is only 622. The French Revolution is in 1792. Yeah, just multiple of codes and kind of how to break these codes. Maybe this is it. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Like right here, it even says, angels of the seasons. And so they give different names of different entities that are very calm entities as it sees. And then you can even go into functions of entities because, a lot of people need different kind of functions, definitely. Still, this is not what I've been looking for. This is kind of it too, in a way. I got a whole nother book about this. And again, it just gets into the times of days. And then one here even gets into the directions, the directions of, the angels and the directions and how they appear. Like, again, if you go into South, it is 31. The color is rose red, and the angels are Abrazio, Gino, Giro, Amran. Parents, young child wearing reddish satin and crown of flowers. God names. Okay, this is it right here. This is what they're trying to tell you. This is a lot of the ways to go through. And if anybody's serious, this is interesting because a lot of ways to go through to get in touch is right to left. But in this instance, they're telling you go left to right, which is different because this other code in here tells you to do the opposite. And so what they're telling you is, you face the south, you wear this certain color, and then these are the entities that you concentrate on. And then if any kind of these fractals come in, and then if you go deeper into it, it gives you hints of I guess some people call it, I don't know if this is correct, but the God feeling, I guess, is the way to say it. Yeah, so this is just another way. And then there's many more tables of, the hours of the day. I mean, it's just every day, it's, and this goes back into the Mayan stuff too. Every day, every hour, like this has 1 a.m., Sunday, Raphael, this goes, but this goes into who all's over the hour. But it tells you when the first name comes, this is the God that's over the day. So, woo! If that makes any sense. So, yeah, I'm okay over there. So I've been going about 2 hours and 19 minutes. I've had a good time tonight. Hope the information, I mean, this is not, this information is a lot of information. Whoops. And it's like even this information, surveillance capitalism, and trying to understand, how they, they use what we think. And like charts like this, it goes from rendered behavior, users, service improvements, behavior data. See, they make your thoughts into a machine on how to make money off you. Okay, and this is another map. It's called the dynamic of behavior surplus accumulation. And what we have is sources of behavior surplus, online world, physical world, your daily life, your body and self, your modified behavior, more predictive behavior surplus. There we go. And we're giving this to freely. And it's worth our thoughts, our shopping habits are all worth money, believe it or not. They're all worth money. We as beings, that's why, they try to say with the social security cards and shit that they trade in our names. Absolutely. But it's like, it just shows you how much we're worth. It just shows you how much we're worth. We're worth so much more. And that's the reason why, they can't kill everybody. It goes into what was the Amazon movie? They made the Amazon like movie where, the machine had won the war, and the machine had remade some synthetic people because the machine got bored. And it made synthetic people to want to overthrow it. I mean, but remember, you could tell that the reality was fake because the people's needs was still met. Despite it not being any mail service or any real civilization, the mail still went on every day. Remember that part? So, that's what we're part of. That's what we're part of now. It seems, that's what it seems like part of it is. But you have to do your own research. You can't just listen to me. You got to do your own research. Oh. Dark psychology. I don't know. I don't know if this is really dark. I don't know if this part is really dark. I think what it looks at is it looks at a part of what we give up freely, and we don't understand that we give it up. But I mean, yeah, do they use dark psychology against us? Absolutely. If you mean it in that regard, yeah, absolutely. It's dark psychology, very dark, and unregulated. That's the other part. Is totally unregulated. The way they use it against us is unregulated. So, and when the government looks at it, they give excuses why it's unregulated. They give more and more excuses of why it's unregulated. So, I don't know, but you're right. Yeah, dark psychology indeed. A couple of the graphs I can't find, of how the energy flows for them. And it's this book's got 700 pages, so it's not easy read. 600 and this is 550 pages, so it's a lot of information to break down. But it's and this is giving, this is a high school book. So it shows when books like this are put out, it shows that there's something there that still wants to know. It's like even seeing Miss Davis, it's like even though the AI and everything is out there, there's something else out there. There's something else out there that still wants people to have some type of chance and to understand all that we're facing in a realistic, relatable kind of way. That's all. And it's how, once you know this, how you go about the things you do, because everything you're doing with these devices, I mean, we live with the mind. I mean, I admit I'm just as addicted to the mind as anyone else. I mean, I sit in my mornings, reading books instead. I should be holding a book and I'm reading off the phone instead. How many of us do that? It's just constant being fed, So it's like we have to monitor that. Even being on this is still part of it. So, you make videos, you're still part of it. You're using it. You're plugged into it to put out the stuff out there. The very thing we speak against, we have to use. So, and that makes you, that goes into what is this reality? Because it's always plus against negative. It's the same thing over and over again. It's like we want to complain, but we got to use the thing we're complaining about to complain. You know? We have to use the very thing that we're complaining about to complain. So, I mean, that's kind of oxymoronic. But yet, here it is. This is what do they call it? A neighborhood superstar. You know, we be trying to be a superstar of our little neighborhood. And whatever neighborhood you relate to. You know, it's something out there for everyone. As I've, said before, it's just one person listen to me. That's just great. That's one person I can relate to. That's one person that's getting it all. You see, these videos, my old videos I have, but my newer videos, I'm not playing what they want to play with. I won't make money off of these. I'll just put these out there. Seems like it's a cleaner way of putting stuff out there. Just put this out there, and it's okay. Now what's going to be interesting tomorrow is if we do see what Shaq said comes true, or are we going to see a straight sweep? Oh, this is one thing I can bring up. I did want to bring up. I might do the search down here. Let's see. I might use this instead. NBA. All right. I'll read this. NBA rating decline. Want to make sure we're in the right date here too. Shows 30% watched sports over social. Nope. This isn't it. This is not what I was looking for. Trying to find a date on this. No, this is not it. This is not it. Maybe this is it. Yeah, maybe this is it. It's not giving me what it was. Oh, okay, a little bit. Here we go. It's kind of the ratings for the NBA games. And we see the Eastern Conference Final got the best ratings. LeBron and them held steady, though. LeBron and them held steady. But this is not what I am looking for. What I am looking for is the last game that was one of the lowest rating NBA games of all time. And I'm trying to find it. Let's see. When is this? It doesn't tell me. Oh, here we go. This might be it. Okay, this is it. I think. No, this is not it. No. I keep showing it's it, but it's not. But, oh, right here might be it. Right here, maybe. No, this is still not it. This is still not it. But it shows last year that the final games opened up was the lowest. Last year's game one was least watched June opener in 15 years. Wow. But I can't find this past game. Let's see. Let me do this. Denver versus Nuggets TV ratings game 1. All right. All right. Here we go. I think this is it. NBA ratings down for game 1 in Denver 104. Now, I just showed you where it was down last year. Game 1 was down too. There's no bigger in basketball, all threes, blah, 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 blah. Every player, fans, except the interest of sports community doesn't seem to be early on. Despite the world having a larger population than ever before, TV ratings actually took a dip compared to last season. And we just saw that it was down. Game 1 was down. According to ratings, averaged 7 million. Wow. A stark drop from 11 million viewers in last year, which they say was even down was down. So wow, so this really sucked. This wasn't even as big as Boston and the Heat. Game 1 didn't even generate as many viewers as Boston and the Heat generated. So nobody cares about these teams. So the NBA's taking a beating like when the Spurs won their first one. Like the Celtics, the Nuggets have never won in their 56 years, adding intrigue. Jimmy Butler's still searching for his first ring. So, nobody cares about this series, and it's so there you go. But yeah, nobody cares about it. What does this say? And here we go, another one. Yeah, here it is again. Nuggets in game 1 averaged 7.6 total viewers, down 5% from last year's. Previously mentioned was a slight drop from last year's opener, but it was 5% difference in the audience. There'll be interesting development to follow as it goes on. While TV's all of meaning significance becomes prevalent enough talking point when the series keeps going. So nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about these teams. People, the casual watcher is not watching. Think about it. The casual watcher watched game 7 to 11 million. Game 7 of the Heat in Boston. And game 1 of the championship, nobody's watching it. So nobody's watching it. They don't care. And that's the problem that they're facing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Rig, I'm not even watching it to see how it's going to play out. Yeah, Valerie, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you because it's not really fun to watch. Kevin Garnett does not like Joker, and he's right. He's right. Somebody years ago did a thing of Luka, and they was just showing how Luka was getting the calls, and that goes back to Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson say you touch Michael and it's a foul, but that goes back to then where when they highlight people, that goes back to Dwayne Wade when Dwayne Wade shot 22 free throws in the finals. Remember that? Dwayne Wade shot 22 free throws, and what did we just see? Heat shot 2 free throws the whole game compared to what was it, damn near 30, 40 the other team shot. It was in the high 30s or something. So, it's you see right there. You see. And it's interesting, Kevin Garnett, but like he's saying with Joker, 15 dribbles and ain't nobody double teaming him. He's able to take 15 dribbles against people like a schoolyard game. You're not even supposed to be able to hammer the ball in anymore. So, Ghana said after LeBron retires, foreign players would dominate the league. You said that, and it's very telling. Yeah. I mean, that's, the good thing about against his son going pros and, all the Americans that's going pros. It's a lot more. Like, okay, here we go. The big boy in France didn't win his league. The big boy in France didn't win his league. And you know what all the highlights are saying? Let's single out his highlights. He didn't win. The big boy in France, he didn't win it all. All right? He didn't win it all. He got knocked out, I think, in the semifinals or even the quarterfinals in his French league. And they want you thinking another Ben Simmons. That's what it is. It's another Ben Simmons. They hyping these European players up. And as I said before, he ain't nothing. Him and Chet Holmgren went at it. And he wasn't 1,000 times better than Chet. And Chet couldn't even play his freshman year or his rookie year. Remember, Chet sprained his ankle in the summer league, and they held him out the whole year. Now, you don't think this boy's going to get held out? You think they're going to let him play on that sorry team down there? And that ain't the history. The history is to hide these dudes long as you can because their bodies ain't strong enough. And he's full of hype. But let's search. French pro basketball. Let me see if I can find it. But they got beat. Trying to find where they got beat. Because they lost. Overseas. Unstoppable. No, that's not him. He's here. They lost, though. Is this where they lost? Let me see. Got it turned off. Let me see if this is where they lost. Because he lost, and they want to hype these dudes up and make you think he's this much better than American players. And again, he's got Chet's body. And again, it's semi-pro, what he's playing in. It's minor leagues. Let me see if this is it. Because I think, is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. I think they got beat here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they get beat here. They get beat here. Here he goes. They get beat. Look at that big fella for the other team. Okay, this is their great hope. He's out here. There he is right there in the pink shoes. Okay, look at his body compared to all these big men. This guy's really tall right here. He can handle the ball well, but watch. Look. Doesn't roll with the man. This is his man. See that? That was his man. Did you follow that? That was his man. Look. So already we see a flaw in this game. You see? That is his man. He's supposed to switch back. Look, he doesn't roll with his man. You see, that was lazy. His man scores. This cat's not ready. But they want to tell you he's ready. Cat's not ready. He's another Ben Simmons. See, just standing there, nobody's paying attention to him. 7 foot don't matter. Jumpers outside raining on you. Jumpers raining on you. Don't matter how tall you are. Look at that again. It's other people, ain't it? It ain't him, is it? What has he done? Okay, come on. Go to him. Go to him. Let me see you dominate. Dude's only about 6'10" guarding you. Let's see it. Let's see you fight through a man. Okay, let's see it. All right, nice. Threw it in. Okay. That was nice. Nice move. Okay, lazy. Overpowered. He was overpowered. Let's look at that again. Overpowered. Overpowered. There's no way he has an inside position. He took bad. Guys hooking him a little bit too, but he took a bad first step. You got to be in front of him. Look at this. Out-muscled. Out-muscled. There's a lot of that in the NBA. See? See? Look at that. Out-muscled. There's no way inside position he should have got a shot. Hell, he ain't even in there now. He ain't even in there. They took him out. They getting handled. Blue team getting handled. So he still ain't in there. He ain't in there. 15, he ain't in there. He plays with the blue. Okay, they finally got a little bit of one of their big men to score. He ain't in there again. End of the quarter, he ain't in there. Okay, they kind of sorry he got his stuff beat. He is not in there. Is this second quarter? Nope, this is the end of the first quarter. He's not in there. Look at that. They rained threes on him. Okay, second quarter action. He is in there. Did he get a block? Is that what we saw? Give him credit. Let's catch it again. Okay, he got a block, but he didn't get up to hustle. All right, bringing the ball down. All right. Got out rebounded again. Got boxed out, so he couldn't block the shot. No, he's sitting out there for a three. Okay, he wants a three. Plays with some dudes who can't hoop. See, this dude, this is only about 10 minutes worth, and we're not seeing 10 minutes of the number one NBA pick. You know that? We are not seeing a damn. It's a charge like a mug. Headbutted him. They ain't called shit. This ain't him, is it? They get blowed out in this game. Look at this. Okay. They came a little close. Balan. Okay, there he is. Let's see what he can do. All right, nice turnaround. You could probably do that in the NBA. Every other night. Look at that. Lazy defense. Lazy defense for big as he is. He could have prevented that. Look at that. No effort. No effort. Look at the effort. This is tournament championship. This is tournament. Win and go home. And you're not trying to block. That's your effort. When the game is tight, you don't try to block it. Okay, let's see him work. Okay, no pick and roll. Look at him. Where's he at? Okay, guy made it. But you see where he was? It's the kind of work he puts in. Okay, switches. Got dunked on. He got dunked on. This is the guy supposed to be so great. He's supposed to be so great. Got dunked on. Look how easy he got dunked on. And look how tall the dude is. Look at this. Look at this. He should have blocked this shot easy, but because he ain't strong. Look at this. He ain't strong. He fouled him and they ain't call it. He fouled him and they ain't call it. He dunked on him. See? This is your number one pick. I want the dude who dunked on him. See, another Ben Simmons. Don't tell me another dude dunked on it. Okay, he blocked it. Dude didn't shoot it high. He didn't shoot it high. It's 3 blocks, I think. Manipulated shot. Obviously manipulated shot. Yeah, it was definitely manipulated. Oh, another dude dunked on him again. He got dunked on him again. This is going to happen to him every night in the NBA. Dunked on him again. Out rebounded and dunked on him again. Look at that. Look at this. He gets dunked on again. Look at dude. Look at this. Another dunked on. Now that's every night in the NBA. That's every night in the NBA. He going to be out. Dude stronger than him every night. This is him every night. This is what he going to face in the NBA. So that's why they going to let him sit. He going to sit a year just like Chet Holmgren sat. Watch. I'm already predicting it. He going to have to sit for a year. That's what they did with Ben Simmons, and they got him sit until they whatever because he can't play. Look at this. Poor defense, poor transition. He just walking. And this is a tournament game. Win and go home. So do you see why they don't want you to see this? They want you to think he is so great. Look at the effort. This is the tournament, y'all. This is win and go home. And look at his effort. See? Look at his effort. Okay, that was the end of the third quarter. They're getting beat by 12. Okay, fourth quarter, championship point, quarter. Okay, wasn't a factor again. Wasn't a factor again. You know, just reaching, didn't run to the net. Is he out of the game? He's out of the game again. Ooh, yeah, he's not in the game. Damn, that was nice. So he's missing major minutes in the fourth quarter. Damn, he yoked on his ass. That was some Jordan-like shit. Look at this shit. This nigga got up. Ooh, take that. Okay, he's still not in the game. He's still not in the game. Still not in the game. This is championship. And he's not playing. He's still not in the game. Oh, okay. He was in the game, and look at that. He let the shortest dude on the court block it. Okay, no pink shoes. That's a nice finger roll. Look at these cleanup minutes. So, that's my point. My point is, you know, they try to hype up these foreigners, and these foreigners are not as good as prescribed. They're not as good as prescribed. Yep, it was sad. Hey, reading my soul. Thank you for joining me. If you're here, I definitely know you've got
to have vision.
Ben Simmons pissed me off. Oh yeah. Ben Simmons, and I'm saying, you know, this guy ain't never had it. He ain't never been under pressure like that. And so we just showed this dude in pressure. He didn't come through. It looked like that dude who dunked on him twice should be the #1 pick to come into the league. Now, the league has always been about potential. You know, I won't say it's not been because it's always been about potential. But to say we just saw why his potential isn't the #1 potential in this year's draft. We just saw how he responded in a big time game. And he didn't respond. He didn't dominate. He got dominated. He got dunked on 3 times. I mean, he didn't play with intensity. Again, his weight is no way he can dominate a game. And what we know from Blake Griffin, Giannis didn't play a lot. Remember, they put Dirk Nowitzki on the bench for almost 3 seasons. He was almost on the bench for 3 seasons. Sparingly. Remember, at one point they had on the bench Steve Nash and Dirk. So this guy is hype. The American players are way more prepared than he is. I think the dude from Alabama is probably the most prepared. And then the guys who coming from G Ignite, some of the dudes from the G League that's gonna go high. You dig? Number one should have a big enough impact not to get beat by 30. KG was way better than him entering the league. Now I see why I didn't want Kareem comparison. Yeah, I mean, KG being in Chicago was starting to see some real hoopers. And keep that in mind. He was starting to see some real hoopers in Chicago. When he was in South Carolina, he wasn't seeing them hoopers like he was seeing in Chicago. And remember, once he graduated from high school, he was starting to really, be in Chicago hooping. And they tell the stories when he was allowed to come hoop with men and stuff. Then LeBron the same way, where there's his runs going on and, the dudes in there hooping. So there's no way he's going to be open hooping in America. They're going to hide this guy. They're going to draft him number one, show how much money they gave him, and then they're going to hide him. And if he gets hurt, remember, Chet got hurt. If he gets hurt at all in Vegas, he's going to be shut down for the season. So let's see how much he dominates. Because, I can go back and get the video of him and Chet going at each other. He didn't really dominate Chet. It was a push. Both big dudes did what the big dudes do. So it really was a push. Well, then, but see, they hype him up. So you see, it's not. I don't know. Did everybody hear about him losing today? Because if the same ad where I found that they lost, because I've been following the tournament to see how he was going to do. The same ad is like one ad says, they lost. The next ad says his highlights in the tournament. So do you see, there's trying to still be a spin there. So even if you read that he lost, you can read and look at his highlights, so you can forget about it. But if he lost in his championship, what does that tell you about him? And I know you can say, well, the other team looks better, but it just shows you. And we saw big minutes where he wasn't even playing. We saw minutes where if you thought he was such a great player when he was down by 10, down by 12, you thought he'd be in there, and he wasn't. And it looked like the coach was probably trying to win. Because who's he guarding? He ain't guarding no solid dude. That's what it shows you. He's not even strong enough to box out a solid big guy. He's just not strong enough. So, watch my prediction. They're going to hide him year one. Hide him year one. And then he'll be, he's Ben Simmons all over again. Ben Simmons. Chet Holmgren can shoot. This guy can't really shoot like Chet. Chet can shoot. Chet's a legitimate three-point shooter. And Chet has desire to block shots. He has a real desire, not just because he's taller. And the dude get lazy. And that's what we saw. One of the shots, the dude was just lazy. This big 7'4" dude is there. There's part of the space you can throw it up to he can't get. I might have to go back and do Vinny DiVincenzo. He did it against Minnesota, maybe it was. He threw that sucker, he finger rolled it nice. And that's how you do it. There's part of space they can't go get it. You can just anticipate. You can look how they jump and just throw that motherfucker up in there. And you can make those kind of shots without it being manipulated. So, we getting a hype guy again. And it's unfair to the American players. It's unfair to them. That's how I feel. It's unfair. So, you can call it what you want. How long have I been going on? Oh, okay. I'm right at 3 hours. That sounds good. I got a busy day. Yeah, and I'll get just enough sleep. If I go now, yeah, I'll go for another 3-4 minutes. I wish I could have found the story about that car blowing up. That shit was kind of cool. That stuff is kind of cool. See, I'll get rid of the stuff. That one. Man, I can't find that car that blew up. That shit was cool. I was trying to find it. Still haven't found it. Wow. I have to watch that and share that. Nope, can't find that car that blew up. No. What that was on? Was that on this? Let's see. Oh, they got some people sick at the beach. People going into the beach getting sick. Where is this? Yeah, don't see it. Yeah, I told that story. Oh, I don't know where I got that from. It's on my phone, but I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see where that car like flipped and burned up. Like, damn. It was some mugs up in there. They said that the price of beef is going to remain high. Yeah, I don't know where. Wait, maybe this is some of it. Woman promotes internet safety after assault from app hired handyman. I gotta hear this shit. I gotta hear this shit. Oh, I want to hear this shit here. What the fuck happened? Okay. So it says, woman promotes internet safety after assault from app hired handyman. Well, you don't be just bringing niggas up in your house, you know. Okay. Let's hear it.
Only see on WCCO, a Carver County woman assaulted in her own home by hired help she found online. She shared her story with our Barrett Leone in hopes it might act as a warning to someone else.
Boxing for me is a way to reset my boundaries.
Boundaries.
That's perfect.
Sherry Melander Smith says were stripped from her in April.
I haven't felt safe since this happened.
After a hired handyman assaulted her in her home.
Looking back, of course, there's always those red flags that we notice afterwards that maybe we should have questioned more in the...
I don't know, what was it called? Where is it? Where was it? I don't know if this, I think it's from Nothing But Trouble. Is that the first movie Tupac was in where he was in there with Digital Underground and they had the chair like this? But remember the one movie where they had a chair like this, the chair, oh, it was Weird Science. Remember the chair like this? They got on it in Weird Science, but it was probably on the other side, and the chair shot up and the person shot out the window for Weird Science. Do you remember that in Weird Science? The people were on this. But okay, let's go. I'm sorry.
In her home.
Looking back, of course, there's always those red flags that we notice afterwards that maybe we should have questioned more in the moment.
Her attacker reached out to her on the Nextdoor Neighbor app, offering his painting services. While she hadn't advertised for it, she was looking for someone to paint her living room.
Right before he left, he said, can I give you a hug goodbye? And I said, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't know you. And so he just said, oh, come on, one little hug. And I was out of my wheelchair. So I was literally planted. It was less than 24 hours later, and they were able to collect a whole bunch of DNA evidence. In my opinion, he set me up from the beginning.
Her handyman was charged with first-degree burglary and fourth-degree sexual assault.
People who target you are not going to appear like a big monster in the alley.
But sometimes those people do target you online.
There are so many ways that a consumer can go out and find a handy person for help around the house. And it is only natural to start within social media.
Natural. But according to the Better Business Bureau, it's also potentially dangerous, with scammers posing as businesses with the intent to steal your money, your identity, or in Sherry's case, something even more valuable.
That's a big risk to just hire someone in the internet landscape without doing more homework on them.
The Better Business Bureau urges people to read customer reviews and check to see if they're accredited. Ask for references and get multiple quotes to make sure it's the right fit. Take the extra step to verify their license and insurance. And if you're uncomfortable, invite a friend or family member to join you during the job.
There's a lot of
Hired help she found.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is, why would you be alone? Why would you be alone? And you're a vulnerable adult. Why would you be alone?
with you, I haven't been able to sleep upstairs in my bed, in my own bed, in my home, because I'm a wheelchair user. So to get up there, I have to take a stair glide to get up there, and then once I'm in bed, I am stuck there.
But she's determined now to move forward. Take back her power.
Even if you're not certain.
I don't know if this would have stopped what happened, but okay.
Call the police and report it. And just remember that no matter...
She would have had a pistol in her pocket. That would have stopped it too.
Or what you wore or what you said.
If she would have had a pistol in her pocket, she'd have been like, if you want a hug, I will shoot you if you walk near me. And that would have taken care of his hug.
Or what you did, it's not your fault.
With hopes her story can help someone else.
And no means no.
In Chanhassen.
That ain't gonna help. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of nobody, but that ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help her, y'all. That is not going to help. I'm sorry. That is not going to help her situation. So... I should have had big enough impact and got beat. Number one should have had a big enough impact and got beat by 30. KJ was way better. Oh, yeah, I read that. Yeah. I agree. Oh, it's just amazing. Yeah, I guess some beaches up here got some people damn. Oh, yeah. So, okay. One instance, they're fishing on the Mississippi River, okay? And then they say that parents going into the beaches, these lakes, there's lakes everywhere, getting sick. So these are Europeans fishing on the Mississippi. And, they're ahead of me. They're eager. All right, Eager Beaver, here we go.
Mississippi. The Friends of Pool 2 taught them how to wet a line in Pioneer Park in Newport. That group of outdoor lovers advocates for preserving the waterway. About 30 kids got their own fishing rods, tackle boxes, and even life jackets.
Well, they're coming away with a rod, a reel, a tackle box, and a life jacket, and instruction. And we've got some expert fishermen down at the water kind of showing them how to set up and get this all right. We've got some knot tying, some water quality stuff, and some other good education going on here that hopefully we spur some young fishermen in for the future.
Here we are in Newport in Pool 2 of the Mississippi River. We have had a lot of improvements in water quality. Mississippi River.
And here that hopefully we spur some.
Okay. I'm only comfortable with this if that's her daddy. If this isn't her daddy, I'm not comfortable with this. But okay, let's go.
Hopefully we spur some young fishermen in for the future.
Here we are in Newport in Pool 2 of the Mississippi River. We have had.
There are some colored people there. Did you see this? That's a colored person there. And, well, that might be her child right there. Kick her in the water, and that's a little colored boy. So, you know, it's a little bit of everybody. Let's go.
We have had a lot of improvements in water quality over the last 100 years.
All right. I like him. He's got on a T-shirt. The shirt is nice. This is a Macy shirt and probably got some Dockers, but long as his shoes ain't busted, he was ready for TV.
Years ago, this would have had no oxygen, no fish. Now we're seeing oxygen's well above our water quality standard, and that's what the fish like. And so you're seeing a lot more fish abundance. You're seeing fishing happening, a lot of recreation.
We got a good fish coming in.
The fish have responded. There was maybe 3 total fish from St. Paul to Red Wing 100 years ago, and now we're seeing hundreds, and this is now a great fishery.
The excitement on a young kid's face the first time they catch a fish is kind of hard to reproduce any other way except maybe for Christmas Eve or something.
This is a freshwater drum, a beautiful native fish.
The water quality.
What kind of outfit is this? Like, this is the fishing outfit. Why has he got a long shirt on? It's 90 degrees.
Quality is vastly improved, which is why the fishery is vastly improved. But we still have sediment and silt problems from other aspects that we've continued to focus on. And them pesky Asian carp that like to jump out of the water once in a while, we're kind of whining about that and keeping an eye on that problem as well. That's what we're all about. Wherever you land in life, there's probably water and some fish.
It's a freshwater drum.
Freshwater drum.
The Met Council runs the nearby wastewater treatment plant in St. Paul.
Catch and release. Catch and release, y'all. There's catch and release. Catch and release. That is, yeah, okay. That was, to me, was frustrating. I used to watch shows and like, why are they catching and releasing? That used to get me. What time is it? Okay, it's 4 o'clock Central Time, I think, and I've went 3 hours. I appreciate everybody that's come through. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Centering, crystal energy to everybody. This is the crystal of manifestation, I guess. That's how you put it. And so maybe y'all manifest whatever you need, and abundance. This is the crystal of abundance. Maybe you all have abundance. May abundance be upon y'all, for sure. And giving the energy out. Yeah. Let's see, we'll do these today. Let's see, what are we? We are, right here. 17. It's 13 Katoons, 13 Batoons, 0 Katoons, 10 Tunes, 10 Uno, 17 Ken. So we're looking for day 17. Oh. $17 is Kaban. Earth force, synchronicity, power of intelligence, synchronization. And it's a new direction sequence because it's coming from the east, so Kaban. Ooh, one of my favorites. can get it to hold in here. She's in the way. Way out the shot. All right. Do a slight adjustment. And I know the color is, let's see what they call this color. So it's day 17. Let's see what they call it. Ah, that's better. Kaban. So let's see what they call it. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Chin, Eb, gotta be here. Oh no, oops, is this it? No, that's alligator. Oh, okay. It's following. All right. It's following. Right here. It's Kaban. Centerness, synergy, synchronicity, earth force, galactic alignment, earth keeper, fluid, wind resonance. Wind resonance, clue tracking, crystal healing, shield, plant, and herb wisdom, medicine ways. It represents the access point to your natural alignment with the earth. It is the unus mundi, the point of perfect centerness. It is the external present from which all alignment and magic manifests. Your center, the center earth, is the secret gravity magnetizing force. Kaban is the channel of harmonic synchronization that align with the galactic heart. From the center point within self, you are aligned with this galactic center and connected through your own crystalline structure to the larger grid network. Your center, then, in reality, is the center of the galaxy. To keep this channel open, connect to the elemental energy of the earth, air, fire, and the 7 directional guardians. Cosmic consciousness is not just out there, it is a resonance within you. Be sacramentally rooted who you are. You are made of the earth. Look through the eyes in your feet. Your body is the present focus, your consciousness. Though it is all gifts are received. Remember too that your environment is alive, it reacts to your awareness. That's important. Remember, your environment is alive and reacts to your awareness, and therefore the way you perceive the earth in your physical form affects the information you receive. Kanban can be as symbolic of the earth keeper, the keeper of the sacred garden, the shaman healer who through reverence for all that heals and sanctifies the earth. Earth keepers preserve the harmonic relationship with nature by connecting to the wisdom held in matter. In Latin, matter means mother. You bring light into yourself, you bring light into the matter. You and the earth both contain the holographic seed of the new consciousness emerging to collective mind field. Kabangamsi is the access point aligned through the earth to all times of knowledge and abilities, as you can see in this star glyph. Kaban has a staff that is both connected to the cosmic consciousness and firmly planted in the earth and yourself. So, if that connects to anybody, as I say, I give freely. You see the staff. That's why you see when they build in our languages, they looked at our fractals and said, well, we better put some fractals that they're used to. thank you for watching tonight. I appreciate it. And I give freely. Thank you for coming, all that watched. And till we meet again, definitely say less. Ooh. There we go.
It's going down like this, motherfucker. It's going down like this, motherfucker. Shit, bro, I'm trying to make me some money.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was horn.
Ask you something? I said, can I ask you something? Ain't I'm clean?
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
This ain't loud enough. I just left a light in this bitch. This ain't loud enough. I just left a light in. This ain't loud enough. I just left a light. This ain't loud. I just left a light. This ain't loud enough. I just left a light in.
Fuck up. Move the fuck back. Fuck up. Move the fuck back. Fuck up. Move the fuck. Fuck up. Fuck up. Fuck up. Fuck up.
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
Your feet. He looked down, seen his feet. The nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am, chilling.
My eye, plus I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok. I mean, TikTok.
Flag cause he wiped up Future's motherfucking ex-hoe. Flag cause he wiped up Future's motherfucking ex-hoe. Flag cause he wiped up Future's motherfucking ex-hoe.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me.
Damn white boy. Damn white boy. Damn white boys. Damn white boys. Damn white boys. Damn white boys.
Be satisfied. Be satisfied. Be satisfied.
What's all that noise? 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 What's all that noise?
What the hell you want here, hunky?
That's what me and this nigga do. We pick something and then we rant about it. Yo, baby, I got all the dope moves.
I think we OD.
What?
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
It all breaks down to, what does this mean to me?
I think we OD.
How does this event
I think
affect
we
my
OD.
thinking, affect my way of life? I ain't supposed to run it back, and what about it?
Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Heavy, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. I hit the loop juice, it pulls up in the.
Do that dance, baby. Do that dance.
I just be shopping and shit. You know, drinking and shit. Do a little smoking and shit.
I'm legendary in this motherfucker. I'm legendary in this motherfucker. I stopped playing games and I mastered the art.
Do that dance, baby.
And the fans, they're there for entertainment.